It's summer again, and it's time to play more Shogun. You know, I always wondered, well, since I began this session of Shogun, I've wondered what Noodles meant when she said that she was a frustrated biker. And I've done some thinking about it. I don't have a clear answer. I'll just give you a spoiler there. I mean, personally, I liken it to wanting to play games and not being able to. So I'm then a frustrated gamer. I can only assume that that's what's going on with her. But perhaps, given how this game has played out for Noodles thus far, maybe the frustration is that she wants to move, always wants to move, but she keeps finding herself inhibited by the world. Maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. But today is Noodles. This is the summer of Noodles. So let's go see how she's doing. Noodles is in sales. She wants to be a Broadway dancer. She's a frustrated biker. She does not like mannerless people. I guess that's blank people, people without... She'd like to meet Greg Allman. She wants to go with the flow. She's a whopping 5'11". Oh, I remember that. Most likely to have fun. Creative, energetic, humorous. Noodles. And where's Noodles at? She's here. That's pretty obvious, but she's other places as well. Those of you who are thinking long and hard about this play session might be wondering why Noodles takes such large risks. I mean, sure, she's a frustrated biker. We get it. Sure, she's a salesperson, so she likes to really be out there, and you can tell by her face that she's really in your face. Well, there's more to it than that, and that more is the man behind her mask. That is Weehaw Wild. Sure, he looks like your common everyday farmer who loves his pig very much, but he's actually a gambler as well. I won't go into any more about him, but he does like risks, and he is aware that this is a game, so he gets off on it. It's fun for him to roll big, to roll high, even if he's rolling not with dice but with cubes. So let's take a look at Noodles' actions this turn, this summer, with that in mind. So first of all, you can see, you can ignore all of these. I assume you know how to play the game. Omi is her big attack this turn. Omi's her... It makes sense that she'd attack from there. She wants to move. She wants to hit somewhere. Where she decides to hit is going to kind of depend on what's going on. What she really like to do deep down in her heart of hearts is go after this chunk right here, Tamba, or else even this one right here, Chizen. She'd like to hit TD where it hurts. TD seems like he's the top dog right now, and it I don't know, makes her feel good to kind of fly in the face of his teacherly authority. All right. So you might also note she's not going to be picking up any money this turn. So she's spending big because that's what she has going for her, but she's also a little wary with it, which is why she's only going for bidding the one gold here, one chest rather than going more. So like I said, she's spending big. She's building up Ichigo, and she's building up Mikawa. Where are those places? Let's take a look. Mikawa's right here, which we pretty much can assume, and so can she, that Fries is going after that. However, she does not know, and no one knows, when that reinforcement's coming in. So she's kind of hedging her bets by doing the two there. She wants to keep all the provinces she can while expanding, which was sort of her strategy all along, was mainly expanding. But now she's having to play a little more conservatively because her military is depleted. So Ichigo is right up here. She's going to build that up, which I think is an interesting decision on her part. She kind of fled south early on in the game. South hasn't been going too well for her, so she noticed Matsu's not doing as great as it once was, and Ka is there to kind of counter it. So she's doubting Matsu's going to attack Ichigo. She's going to build up Ichigo and maybe try to build their next turn, because in Kai, which is right here, she's going to be building this turn a palace. Noodles got the bid for her one treasure chest. She chose the reinforcement. She's really hoping this Ichigo gambit will pay off. The farmers have had several heydays this summer. Pretty much everyone, I think maybe one person got by with keeping a province. Pretty much every player has lost a province due to farmer revolt. Our Noodles lost Kozuki right here, trying to get some rice from them, and they said no. Well, they said sure, but then they said you can't have rice ever again unless you beat us up again, and she did not, and so she lost Kozuki. Looking at our action track, a lot has been revealed. We have our two attacks side by side right here, and the reinforcements, I mean, we know that this is the 2 for 3 reinforcement, are right here. So pretty interesting situation. There's going to be building, fighting, reinforcing. So we'll see how that changes things. I think a lot of people were counting on the reinforcements happening before the attack phase. Really in this game though, there aren't a lot of attacks that happen. So people can get by with like 1 cube here next to this juggernaut and not have it get taken because it's just not worth it. It's time for Noodle's big Omi decision. And Kat has just done something that made it a lot easier to make up her mind. She had this big build-up in Izumo, if you recall, against all this stuff that Betty Crocker had in Bingo. Rather than try to duke it out or transfer to Iwami or take Hoki or whatever, she decided to cut across the water here, use this nice little dash line, and take Kaga. Now what that did for the Omi decision is it made it a lot more attractive to hit this place right here that already has 2 buildings, a palace and a theater, and made it less likely that there'd be repercussions because Kaga's right there. Given her history with Fry, she was very close to going after Wakasa, which seemed strategically a little bit better to her. But then she thought about this palace, and she would really like that palace. So she's going against a Chizen. Chances are she won't get anything, but we'll look at all those cubes. I'll turn off the camera. Alright, and it looks like she failed. With the farmers, it was even Steven. And so a Chizen is gone. Its palace, its temple, everything. It's gone. It's Mr. TD's A attack. And he was planning on attacking Ki right here. Setsu opened up due to revolt, so then he was thinking maybe he'd retake Setsu. But then he realizes that Omi only has 1 little army protecting it. And a temple. So he's going to go for it. Here we go. And he gets Omi. Oh no, wait. Farmers! See, no one gets Omi. Omi's temple is gone. Bonk. Alright, this is not Noodles related, but these are interesting times. Big attack from Bingo onto Iwami, which if you recall there were only 2 blue cubes there. There were apparently a lot of blue cubes in the tower though, because he almost did not get it. If he did not have this, there would have probably been nothing in Iwami now. It would have just been... I mean, it's hard to say because, you know, maybe if he didn't have the extra cube, this cube wouldn't have knocked something else out of place and maybe he would have won better. It's hard to say, but he won by 1 cube, and that was key for him. That really helps. That's not all I want to talk to you about, though. If you remember last session of this game, Fry's had a lot with Mino and Mikawa. Now he finds himself in this attack phase B where he chose to attack with Mino. There's nothing around him. He could go take Mikawa quite easily. However, Fry's is going to do something different. Fry's is going right into here, into a Chizen. Hopefully take Wakasa next turn. And have a little bit of a comeback. Kat just had a choice to make. She had as her attacker Musashi. She could have moved her troops to Sakami in hopes of getting Saruga. Next turn she figures Fry's is probably going to reinforce Saruga, so she's attacking Kai 3-on-3, which is a Noodles province. Let's see what happens. Oh, Noodles keeps it. Good job, Noodles. Alright, we're at Summer's End, and this is how Noodles looks. It's unfortunate she lost some forces in Kai. She could have potentially tried to get at the end of the turn order in the fall, and then hope that she could come in and take Saruga. Because you see, there's Betty Crocker came in from over here. Cat did a big reinforcement here, and they're all after the Saruga pie, because this is going to be worth 1 for the province, 2 for the buildings, 3 plus another 3 for most palaces. So that's 6-point province right there. There's going to probably be a tussle over it next fall, or this coming fall. She could have had things been a little different swung in there. As it is, what are her choices going to be for the future? She ended up keeping Mikawa, and she got to reinforce it. Funnily enough, she could come in and take Mino, or get the safer bet, Totomi. It's tough to say. I mean, either way, she would have a pretty good shot. Mino would probably be better, because she would have the majority of palaces in this region. Definitely. Yeah, that's probably what she's going to do, and that would be, I don't know if ironic's the right word, but it'd be something. And then Ichigo up here, she's got some options. She could definitely take either Etchu or Matsu, unless TD does some reinforcements and the action cards come up right, so that happens before the fighting. Not a lot for Noodles to think about, but she does have some options to at least better her position. I doubt she's going to be winning the game at this point, though. Let's look at other people's prospects. So this kind of standoff that was heating up over here for most of the game kind of actually switched over here, and Fry's got involved. So that's kind of one of our flashpoints. We also got a flashpoint up here where there's some buildup going on. A lot of the prizes, though, are right up in this northern region where TD was building. He lost a lot of ground. And his big reinforcement ended up being in Tamba this turn. Not a lot he can do with that, except maybe defend against Harima. He doesn't have a clear route northward, so that's a problem for him. So what did our friend Noodles learn this summer past? I don't know if she learned a lot. It seems like she's making the same mistakes that helped her before. Is it a mistake if things turn out in her favor? If she acts foolhardily? Am I judging her a little too much to say it's foolish to send a bunch of forces into a battle that she doesn't have a great chance of winning? I don't know. I do know that I've probably been playing this game overall through all the characters a little more wargamey than it probably is with this turn setup. I keep feeling like there's going to be more time, more attacks, more actions. Like I'm doing some setting up that just kind of never comes to fruition because the game's almost over, and you know things change rather rapidly. I wonder if the people describe this game as sort of a combination Euro war game. I wonder if as you add more years to the game, if it becomes more war game in feel, and as you take them away or get closer to that 2-year period, which is what the game is as written, it has more of the Euro feel. That may be like a simple way to change it in the direction of your choosing. Definitely feels like you got to really be thinking more about each individual decision in this efficiency manner as written. I'm enjoying it though. I'm excited for autumn. I think we'll get it done soon and be able to wrap this up and see who the winner is. I thought TD was the hands down favorite. Things have really changed. I don't know. My money right now maybe is on Betty Crocker.